What's up, Cal?
Good morning, Jamie. We've been hard at work, dialing in our process for the weathering of our hilts. But we've got the process down to a T. Some might say, shin hattie. That's good, wasn't it? That was a good joke, come on. Seriously?
Shirt's a lightsaber.
Okay, right. Nice finish in there. Light, but not too light. I think we've really done a good job. And of course, I couldn't bring this to you, Jamie, without adding a bit of light and sound. What's going on, guys? It's Cal here from Sabers. This is episode 13 of the warehouse vlog. It's a cold, miserable, wet day here in London, but like I said in the last episode, we remain positive. We're standing at the front of the building because we've got some of the facing work finished on the front. You can just see it partially up to here, but it's all the way up now to that double pitch roof on both apexes. So we're really happy about that. The front face of the building is done. We can finally get the measurements for the front windows, which the facing work had to be finished before we could get that. So all of those windows have been ordered now. And we need to leave one of the windows open because the set will be coming through that particular window upstairs. So as you know, we had a Star Wars set design done and we're going to be transporting that in through that window on the right-hand side at the front of the building. The plan really now is we want to try and get this scaffolding taken down. We are paying weekly for it, as I've mentioned before, and we want to make sure that once this is down, we'd have no need for any future scaffolding or any requirements for scaffolding. That means that we're going to be planning the solar panels, the rest of the roof and so on. We want to have this down probably by the end of the month. So we'll go inside now, look at some of the other bits that we have to do and have another look around. We've been doing lots of tidying now that we've been getting some of the more dirty work done. We call that wet work. So we've had the dehumidifier running downstairs. You can see it's getting a little bit dustier, not so wet now. A lot of that moisture is running out. The reinforced concrete beam that we poured here is now fully cured and we're getting ready to expose and pour the last one here, which is this last panel. As I said in the last video, the fuck is he doing? Did you know that we were just filming then?
Yeah, do it again.
Right, we'll start that again, Jamie.
No, I don't think we should.
Oh, yeah. Our second reinforced concrete beam was poured. It's all been cured now. We're getting ready to do the third and final one for this last panel here. We've got a few things hanging here at the moment, a little bit of a jungle of cables and pipes, but this is going to be the last one we have to take out very carefully just because of that electrical box that's there. But that's the plan for this week. We want to get that poured and ready. We've got the steel cage sitting there waiting for us to use it. And then also, we've brought in quite a lot more materials. So, I did the penguin walk just for you, Jamie. We got more facing bricks that we've loaded out and put in here. This is gonna be for these panels here. We did make a last minute decision that I actually wanted to have facing brick inside as well on these panels. I just thought because we're gonna have the mailing and dispatch area enclosed in facing brick, it would contrast quite well to have some facing brick on the inside. So we ordered more. George and Liam are going to be prepping all those areas. On the wet days, they can actually do the external block work and the external face brick all up here. That's what they're doing today because it is raining. So we're going to carry on with this, get these last panels done. And in terms of the external face work and block, that'll all be done. And we'll just be doing internal facing work, which will be, like I said, the mail and dispatch area and these walls here. I might put some facing brick in different areas. I really like the look of facing brick, but for now, we've got plenty to keep us going and we'll see what the future holds in that respect. We're back in the inventory space and look how much tidier it is. My voice is echoing in here, it's that tidy. We've removed a lot of the stuff. The roofers have moved their stuff upstairs and now we're cleaning this area out in preparation for pouring of the slab. We do have some mesh already here, but I spent an absolute fortune yesterday on buying the remaining materials.
What did it cost?
Everything.
That's the DPM, the insulation, and the additional steel mesh that we need for pouring this slab. The slab will come up about 2 courses away from the block work. It'll come up to about here. We've been leveling this area off as well, just to make sure it's nice and flat. This was a bit deeper because of that foundation that we dug. So the new slab's gonna come up to here roughly. We wanna get that all prepared and set as soon as possible so we can pour it. The next week's looking quite wet. That's not good for when you wanna pour concrete. So we wanna at least use this time to prep the area and then we can pour the concrete later when it's a bit drier. We've also been having a few issues because look, if you look up here, Jamie, we've got some mold brewing on the plywood. You know, it's a bit worrying. Obviously, you don't want any mold. We don't want a Last of Us situation here at KR Sabers. We put standard plywood there temporarily because we just needed to have a platform for when the steel got erected on the mezzanine. Giggity. We're actually going to change this for WBP plywood, which is like a treated, water-resistant wood. So we'll literally just buy the amount of sheets that we need, drill, take these ones out. We're going to have to throw them away, unfortunately, and replace them with proper ones. In terms of this area, we've also got the dehumidifier running. He's here by himself.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Drying the area out, pulling a lot of that moisture out of the air. It's just going into a bucket right now, and everywhere's getting quite dry. You can see the difference in colours, the contrast in areas of where's wet and where's dry. But give it another 24 to 48 hours, this area will probably be all dry and dusty. We'll get some of these materials in. We've got a delivery on Friday and we've got a delivery on Monday, and we can start getting this area prepared. And look, I'm standing here, no monoflex sheeting above me, no rain coming in. Why? Because we have skylights now. Some of the skylights arrived for the mezzanine area. We got those installed, and look, nice and dry. It changes the look of the building like crazy. I mean, just standing here and lateral light coming through, no rain dropping in, no water building up. It's just so good to see all of these little skylights in place, and it just completely changes how the area feels. It's quieter as well because we've got none of that wind blowing in and sound and stuff like that. And I'm just really happy now that these skylights in the mezzanine area are all in, and we just got to finish the main roof to get the last of those skylights put in. So I'm really happy about that. We've got no more sheet in here, partitioning the area, Jamie. We've now put our blocks in place with our door opening. So this again is the entrance to the paint and powder coating room. We'll get some nice plasterboard put here. We'll put a door frame in, and we'll have a nice door to enter and exit this room. Obviously, we want to keep it nice and tight and airtight because we don't want none of those fumes coming out. We'll come and look inside. We did have a meeting with an engineering company regarding the paint booth, and there were some things that we didn't anticipate.
Say what?
According to the company that we spoke to, these paint booths need quite large ducting. I know they say size doesn't matter, but in this case, it really does. So we had a little rectangular cutout in there for our ducting, but according to the experts for the paint booth that we wanted, the ducting needs to be 600 millimeters. That's 60 centimeters, 2 foot pretty much of ducting that would need to go out through that blockwork. Now on the other side of that wall is the neighbour's garden. The boundaries are quite tight in this area, and obviously we can't have a 600 mil duct blowing into someone's garden. They'll be sitting in their garden on one summer's day having a barbecue, and it will just be like a massive fan blowing stuff out into their garden. So we're gonna have to go for a bit of a smaller size paint booth, more of like a hobby style. The kind of layout that I wanted to go for was the paint booth could be here. We could have 90-degree ducting that goes out through there. It will probably only be a small paint booth for powder coating and normal spray painting, but we can also partition this wall off with just a standard wood stud partition. We can have the paints and powders here, small desk in case we want to do smaller parts or something, but it will be a smaller scale paint room. Now, we don't do painting too much, but we will be able to facilitate the majority of requests with a setup like this. It's a good privilege to just have a paint booth anyway. We'll be able to do plenty of stuff using it, and it might be a shame that we can't have a bigger paint booth, but we'll manage anyway. This does leave us a bit more real estate for some of the other processes that we've been doing more heavily. In terms of weathering, we've actually been doing that more than painting itself. So I'm gonna have this area with various different tanks, dipping processes for the weathering process. You do actually need quite a bit of space. So despite us having a smaller paint booth, we're gonna do more of that special weathering that we've been doing recently here. It's a blessing in disguise. We've got a bit more space. We'll manage. I'm really looking forward to getting this area designed and set up. All of the type of weathering that we've been doing right now at our home setup, our Breaking Bad setup, can be done a lot more neatly here. For the mezzanine, not much has changed. It is just a temporary area. People make teas, coffees, have their lunch. The guys are on the roof now doing some bits and bobs, so you might hear some banging. There's some little hands flickering through there in the monoflex. We've got a few leaks, obviously, because people have been working around this area anyway. Once we finish the ridge light, not much. March 1st is going to be the day that the ridge skylight comes. That's what we've been told by the skylight company. Realistically, the ridge light is the last thing that we need to put in. That's coming on March 1st, so that'll be a big final touch for the exterior work of the mezzanine area. And then we can start thinking about tidying up the area, replacing these plywoods that have gone a bit moldy, and then we can start doing some of the dry lining in here too. Now we'll go to the main area. We got it. Come on, come to mama. Come on. It's getting caught there. I need something else. That'll do. Oh, jeez. I hit something. Now, we're back in the recreational space, the first floor. The roofers have moved some of their tools up here like we wanted them to from downstairs. Once they've done in here, we need to really tidy this area and get it dry lined. So we've been planning the dry lining. That's the stud work, the plasterboards and so on, because we want to bring in the Star Wars set. We're going to be bringing it in through the window there because it's a nice large opening. If we can get all of the stuff through there, we can kind of put it here temporarily, cover it, protect it, but at least the area is dry. All the dry lining's up and all the cables are ready for the lighting effects that we want to have. So this area is a big working area at the moment for the roofers. They're able to carry all their materials out onto the scaffolding and do everything out here. In terms of the solar panel installation, now that they're finishing up the main roof, we're going to have that hopefully finished by the end of next week, which is the end of February. And then the solar panel guys can come and put their panels in place and leave the cables for the 3 batteries and the inverter that's going to be going downstairs in our services room. We managed to get a good price for the solar panels. We're going to have around 32 panels on the main roof. They're about 425 watts each. That should give us plenty of power for our requirements of this building. We should have 3 batteries installed that will store any excess energy we have. All of the stuff that we'll be doing in here can be completely done with sustainable energy. So it's a really good start for us entering 2024. We've got to have a good attitude towards the climate, good attitude towards the environment. So this is going to be one of the best ways that we can do it considering we put such a large roof on. That is the latest update for the warehouse vlog, guys. I'm here with the high ground, of course.
I have the high ground.
Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We really appreciate the support. If you're enjoying these videos and you've got some other ideas for videos that you might want to see, just leave a comment below and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.
What's up, guys? It's Cal from Sabers. Welcome back to episode 13. We are here and we are ready to show you exactly what we've been doing. We've been going hard and we just absolutely need to...
Stop. We've been through this, Jonathan. More British. It's not aluminum.
Aluminum.
It's aluminium.
Aluminum.
Aluminium.
Aluminum.
Get it right, okay? Just keep trying. More British.
Aluminum, I can!
You can!
I can!